Welcome to Adventist Research. For much of its history, the Seventh-day Adventist Church has been committed to reaching every corner of the world with the good news of Jesus Christ, regardless of geographical location, language, or lifestyle. Indeed, the Adventist Church takes the Great Commission very seriously. However, within our church walls, there is a specific group of people whose needs may be unreached. Those people are differently abled. Many of them not only experience barriers to access in their communities, but in their churches as well. These barriers can be both physical and social. While many churches have worked to eliminate physical barriers, there are still structural barriers in place that prevent differently abled members from participating fully in church life. While assessing many important aspects of church life, the 2017-18 Global Church Member Survey also gathered some demographic information about Adventist members around the world. And one area assessed was whether members had disabilities or whether they were deaf. Of the more than 60,000 respondents worldwide who answered that question, 1.3% were deaf, 2.5% had other hearing-related disabilities, 2.2% had a mobility disability, 5.8% had a visual disability, 1.7% had a cognitive disability, 1.3% had a speech or speaking disability, and 2.8% reported having another type of disability. However, when responses of differently abled were compared to those having no disability on the questions regarding helping with the church ministry on Sabbath or during the week, those people reported that they were involved nearly as often as those with no disability. During the Sabbath, 32% of differently abled members, the blue columns, stated that they helped every week or more often, compared to 36% of those without a disability, the light brown columns. 14% stated that they helped almost every week, compared to 15% of those without a disability. 11% reported that they helped with the church ministry once a month, compared to 10% of those without a disability. However, we should note that nearly 1 in 5, 19%, of differently abled respondents shared that they were never involved in church ministry on Sabbath. There were similar findings on helping with the church ministry during the week. 27% of differently abled, the blue color column, stated that they helped every week or more often, as compared to 28% of those without a disability, the light brown column. 11% of them reported that they helped almost every week, as compared to 12% of those without a disability. 10% of both groups said that they helped with the church ministry during the week once a month. Interestingly, the number of involved individuals, as well as the correlating numbers of people without a disability who are never involved with church ministry on Sabbath or during the week, seems to indicate that perhaps having a disability does not present a big barrier to ministry as many might presume. The data also showed that differently abled members, 61%, were just as likely as those without any disability, 61% also, to attend a small group organized by their local church once a month or more often. And they were slightly more likely to attend a prayer meeting at their church once a month or more often, 64%, than those without, 63%. It is encouraging that 40% of the differently abled said they had attended a church prayer meeting every week or more often during the previous 12 months. It is even slightly more than those in the group without any disability who did so. Finally, Respondents of the 2017-18 Global Church Member Survey were asked if they felt their life was filled with meaning and purpose. It is encouraging that a vast majority, 81% of differently abled people, said that this was true, sometimes often or often, as compared to 84% of those without a disability. This data makes it clear that differently abled Adventists find value in being involved in church ministry and attending church programs, and that many of them find belonging, meaning, and purpose in their walk with Christ in their church life. Being encouraged by these findings, let us also not forget those who felt it was sometimes true or not true at all, or in between these categories. Those people may need additional support and help. We should not overlook that about a third of those with a disability had never helped or had helped just once or twice with the church ministry on Sabbath in the previous year. Even more, 44% had never helped or had helped just once or twice within a church ministry during the week. Slightly more than a quarter had not attended prayer meetings more than twice, if ever, and almost a third of them, 31%, had also not attended a small group at all or had not attended more than once or twice. How can a local church help these people feel needed and included in church programs? The Seventh-day Adventist Church some years ago launched an initiative called Adventist Possibility Ministries. This program upholds the principle that all are gifted, needed, and treasured. How can you personally make changes in your congregation so that these groups of people do not feel marginalized? How can your local church effectively eliminate barriers for the differently abled, allowing them to become involved in ministry? We hope and pray that every Adventist congregation can be a safe, inclusive environment where all members are appreciated and can find a place to be involved. King Solomon said, "Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and needy." Visit www.adventistresearch.info for more information on global research projects.